Hi, all my exporters friend. You are happy that you have received the export LC. You are safe and you are going to receive the export payment. But I can tell you one fact that this is not always the case. It is not necessary that since we have received the export LC, our payments are assured. Yes, under LC, payments are assured only when we are able to submit a complying presentation to the bank. Complying presentation means submission of documents as per LC terms and condition. And data reveals that more than 70% of cases get rejected on the first presentation. So this is a very high amount of rejection case. So our payment is assured when we are able to submit a complying presentation under LC. So when we receive export LC, what do? We scrutinize each and every word of the LC so that there should not be any confusion or ambiguity on any of the terms and conditions. We read thoroughly and prepare our documents accordingly. We try our best to ensure that documents should be free from any discrepancies. We submit the documents well within the time to nominated bank or confirming bank. But when nominated bank receives the documents and when they scrutinize the documents, they find that documents are not compliant, means documents are discrepant. So they advises the beneficiary that documents have got discrepancies. So UCP is very clear about how to handle the documents and what are the roles of each and every banks. As per UCP 600 sub-article 16A, nominated bank or confirming bank or LC issuing bank, when determines that documents are non-compliant, they may refuse to honor or negotiate. UCP, another article, sub-article 16B says, when an issuing bank determines that documents are non-compliant, they may, at their sole judgment, may approach applicant for waiver of documents. Yes, LC issuing bank may approach applicant at its sole judgment. We need to be careful about this word, that applicant, if accepts the discrepancies, does not mean that LC issuing bank also will accept those waiver of discrepancies. So word here is mentioned, sole judgment. So these are the two articles I would like to mention here. When banks decides that documents are non-compliant, they will act as per UCP guidelines only how to handle the documents. So UCP talks about complying presentation, and after that, every bank's role on that. So since nominated bank has already pointed out discrepancies, and we know that now our documents are not compliant. So what are the course of action available with the beneficiary? So whatever course of action I'm going to discuss here is not covered under UCP 600. And therefore, most of the LC expert would not agree to what I am suggesting to beneficiary. But point is, beneficiary has already shipped the goods and expecting the payment, but he was not able to submit the complying presentation. Now he is worried about his payment. So what course of action he should take? In that reference only, I am suggesting these course of actions, though these course of actions are not covered under UCP 600. But beneficiary can explore this course of action with the bank. So I will discuss one by one. First course of action could be nominated bank may return the documents to the beneficiary for rectification if time permits, based on the bill of lading date and LC expiry date. For example, if bill of lading date is 1st May, as per UCP 600, documents have to be presented within 21 calendar days after the date of shipment. So in this case, if shipment date is 1st May, documents have to be presented within 21 days, means by 22nd May, documents have to be presented to the bank. And in this case also, if we consider or we say that LC expiry date is 25th May, so whichever is there earlier, means by 22nd, we need to submit the documents in case shipment date is 1st May. And if we are able to submit the documents, we have been able to submit the documents by 15th May. So there is 7 days time available or gap available for submission of complying presentation to the bank. So in this case, when there is a gap available, nominated bank may return the documents to beneficiary for the rectification. And if beneficiary is able to rectify the documents and present the documents within the presentation period available in the LC, and nominated bank finds that now documents are discrepant free and it is complying, they may negotiate the documents and beneficiary may get the payment. So this I will consider as a first course of action. Next course of action I would like to discuss when beneficiary may request a nominated bank to hold the documents at their counter, and they may approach LC issuing bank directly and request them to waive the discrepancies. LC issuing bank, if waives the discrepancies and sends a message in this regard to nominated bank basis that acceptance message may negotiate the documents and beneficiary can get the payment. So this we can consider as a second course of action. Third course of action I would say is that beneficiary may request nominated bank to send the documents to LC issuing bank and request them to waive the discrepancies. So based on the beneficiary's request, nominated bank may forward the documents to LC issuing bank and can request them to waive the discrepancies. LC issuing bank, once they receive the documents, they may approach applicant, and if applicants agrees to waive the discrepancies, and basis that if LC issuing bank also at its sole judgment agrees to waive the discrepancies, they may send acceptance message to nominated bank, and basis that acceptance message, nominated bank may negotiate the documents and beneficiary can get the payment. So this we can treat as a third course of action. Next, I would recommend that nominated bank may send a swift message to LC issuing bank and request them to waive all the discrepancies and authorize them to pay without sending the documents. Yes, nominated bank will first send the swift message to LC issuing bank mentioning all the discrepancies and request them to give the authority to pay the documents. They will request to waive the discrepancies. So LC issuing bank may request applicant accordingly, and if applicant accepts the discrepancies mentioned in swift message, basis that LC issuing bank may also agree to waive the discrepancies, and they may send the acceptance message to nominated bank, and nominated bank based on that acceptance message may discount or negotiate the bill, and beneficiary can get the money, and nominated bank then can send the documents to LC issuing bank. Last course of action, I would suggest only when nominated bank is also a working capital bank of the beneficiary. In this case, nominated bank may discount bills under LC under client's line. So whatever working capital limit is available to the beneficiary, nominated bank may use that limit for discounting with recourse to the beneficiary, and can send the documents to LC issuing bank and request them to waive the discrepancies and authorize them to pay. So in this case, when LC issuing bank receives the documents, they will approach the applicant for waiver of the discrepancies. Once a waiver is received from applicant, they may also send acceptance message to a nominated bank. Once nominated bank receives the acceptance message from LC issuing bank, they may shift this exposure, which is now in client line. So they may shift this exposure from client's line to bank's line. So that way beneficiary can get the money. In case LC issuing bank refuses to accept the discrepancies and returns back the documents, in that scenario, beneficiary has to pay back the money to nominated bank because it was with recourse to beneficiary. So these are all 5 course of action a beneficiary can explore with the bank and get the export payment. So it would be better if beneficiary and applicant, they themselves solve this issue of the record without involving the banks who are involved in the bank LC transaction. So in that scenario, when beneficiary and applicant discuss this discrepancy issue, there could be 3 scenarios. First, applicant may agree to waive discrepancies, and he may tell or advise LC issuing bank having accepted the discrepancies, and LC issuing bank may also agree to waive the discrepancies, and accordingly a acceptance message can be sent from LC issuing bank, and basis that nominated bank may give the money to beneficiary. Next scenario could be applicant may try to bargain on the price issue, and they may come to a conclusion about a lower price, and applicant may accept the bill or all the discrepancies with lower price and can advise to LC issuing bank. If LC issuing bank it's at its sole judgment also agrees for waiving the discrepancies at a lower price, they may send one message to nominated bank, and beneficiary and nominated bank, if they also agree to this lower price, LC issuing bank can send the final acceptance message to nominated bank, basis that nominated bank may negotiate the bill and give the money to beneficiary at a lower price. Last worst case scenario could be that applicant doesn't accept the discrepancies, or applicant accepts the discrepancies, but LC issuing bank at its sole judgment does not accept the discrepancies. In that scenario, documents will be returned back to the nominated bank, and the beneficiary will receive the documents. And since beneficiary has got no choice, he would try to get back the goods from overseas port to domestic port, or they may explore another buyer, overseas buyer, so that they can sell goods abroad only. So in both the scenario, beneficiary will incur heavy losses. So I hope that this small discussion on various course of action available to the beneficiary when they are not able to submit a complying presentation to the nominated bank will help and they will get the export payment. I hope this video has given value to you. If so, I will request you to like and share this video. I will also request you to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that in future, whenever I will come out with such video on various trade finance related topics, you will get the immediate notification. If you want me to create any video on any of the trade related topics, please feel free to write in comment box. Thank you for sparing your valuable time with me. Thank you so much.